Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. It is Sunday night, and it is time for the Ready, Set, Go preview show. And if you are here watching this live, I want to welcome you to I think it's the 39th episode or something like that of the Ready, Set, Go preview show. It has been a fantastic weekend for me personally, and I am very pleased to be here on this live stream hanging out with you guys. I was almost late, and I blamed Ford for it. Ford Motor Company. I blame them because I was actually in the process of watching this announcement with Idris Elba and Ford Motor Company. They are releasing or have announced the release of a new Mustang SUV, the Mach-E. And I'm a Mustang guy, so I was sitting here watching this broadcast and was like, oh no, it is almost time for my show. So I had to cut it off midway through. They've shown the driving experience. They were just showing the inside of the car. They still have not shown me what this car actually looks like. And I'm probably, I don't know, like 14, 15 minutes into this thing. So hopefully they will reveal to me very soon what this car looks like. So I want to welcome everybody to the Ready, Set, Go preview show. This is, we're going to maybe mix up the format just a little bit on this show. I think we're going to mix it up just a little bit. But I want to say hello to some comic book soldiers that have joined me here for this live stream. Who do we have? Bearded Comic Collector is in here. Johnny Future is here. Glitter and Duct Tape. How you doing, my man? Tina is in the house. Hawkeye is here. Comic Corpse is here. Matt Woods is here. Aaron Finkelstein is in the house. It's good to see you. Did I see someone say that it was your birthday, Wayne McDonald? And then I think you also said your mom is 80 years old. So if that is, both of those things are true, happy birthday to you and your mother, my man. Matthew is here. Nash is in the house. Scrolling down through the names here. She Spawn, how you doing? I was recording a video, I think it was yesterday or today, I can't remember, and I actually brought your name up, so you will probably hear a shout out in a future video. She Spawn, it is good to see you. Omnibus Guy, welcome to the live stream. I think this is the first time that I've seen your name, but welcome to the live stream. So I'm scrolling down through the names here, seeing who else we have in here. Lots of conversation going on. Jeremy is in here. Bro, it is good to see you. Thank you very much for the AOK. That video will probably drop next week, I think, but I definitely appreciate you hooking me up, Jeremy. It is always awesome when people take time out to actually send me an AOK. So I want to say thank you for that. So scrolling down through the names here, seeing who else we have in here. Chuck is in here. Robert is in here. Tom Garcia is in here. Sean is in here. Kyler, my man, how you doing? Kyler was the big winner just the other day of one of the giveaways that we decided to do. So congrats to you, bro. And I think I dropped that in the mail for you yesterday. So that should arrive hopefully by Wednesday. So again, welcome everyone to the Ready, Set, Go preview show. If you are watching this right now, or you're watching this on replay and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do so, right? The Ready, Set, Go preview show is one that I do every single Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And what we do during the show is, one, we have some fun. Two, I give you a preview on everything that is going to be coming out from the channel over the course of this week. And then we also talk about some news and some current events and that kind of stuff. And then we also give away a really cool slab. So you definitely want to stay tuned for all of that is rolling out. So let me tell you guys what's actually coming out from the channel here this week. And then I want to get into a couple of other things that I'm going to actually need you all's help. What is he saying? It must be cold, bro. I'm telling you, it has been a little cold here. And I'm actually on the verge of sweating now because I was running around with the kids right before I jumped on here at trying to watch this live stream, but then I had to brush teeth and all that kind of stuff. And then the lights here in the room. So I'm starting to warm up. So we may, I don't know what's going to happen. John, thank you very much, man. I definitely appreciate the super chat. Always appreciative of people taking money out of their pocket to spread a little bit of love my way. So I want to say thank you for that. So what is coming out from the channel this week? There are 5 videos that are going to be dropping, and then also 2 podcasts that are going to be coming out. The podcast drop on Monday and Wednesday at 7 a.m. So stay tuned for those things. And the podcast is wherever you are, right? So wherever you choose to listen to podcasts, if you search for REGIECOLLECTS, you can actually find the podcast. The videos that are dropping this week, I think there's a couple of cool ones. We're going to do a hunting video, and I'm actually calling it a quick hunting video because it's not the full hunt. It's an abbreviated hunt, but I think it's still a fun video. As I alluded to last week, the return The return of Random Run is going down this week. We are going to try it out one more time. So I want to encourage you guys, please, if you like nostalgia, you want to help me to fix one of my failures as it accounts for YouTube, I definitely want to encourage you guys to check out this episode of Random Run. There was a question here about the cold. Does it get cold in California? It does. It does. I mean, it'll get down to at various points in the year, like I think like 38 degrees or something like that, depending upon the time of the year. So yeah, it definitely gets cold. And we actually went for a hike early this morning, and we went several like meters down as we were hiking, and it got really cold as we approached the bottom of this thing. So yeah, it gets cold here for sure. What was this? I saw your old video flipping tires. Man, I don't flip tires anymore. I'm all dad bod. I'm actually working on my spare tire, right? Johnny Future, thank you for the super chat. He's alluding to some videos that are further down, like way down at the bottom when I used to be in shape, and I used to do crazy things like flip very large tires that were like 5 feet tall and crazy stuff like that. So getting back to what's coming out this week, the Random Run is going to be dropping again this week. So if you guys are, if you're around, I definitely want to encourage you to check out the Random Run. For those that remember a video that I dropped maybe a couple of weeks ago, I actually showed you a bunch of books that I was thinking about sending to CGC, right? I think there were mostly Silver Age, maybe some Bronze Age books in there as well. Those books are back from CGC. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this video. This is possibly the best box of comics that I have received back from CGC. And it is a pretty nice box, I'm telling you. So stay tuned for that. I think it's mostly Silver Age. There's definitely some things that you guys are going to want to see in that one. I'm also doing a haul from IG Comic Store. I received a couple of things from IG Comic Store, so I have a haul video from them. And then I'm also going to be doing a little bit of a market research project. So you guys know that I'm a marketer by profession. And so I'm actually going to be doing a market research project. It is going to come out. It's going to be announced in the video. Stay tuned for the video. It'll take you like 5 minutes, 7 minutes most to be involved in this thing. But I think it's a cool project. So definitely stay tuned for those videos that are going to be coming out from the channel this week, always at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's when the videos will actually be dropping. And in one of those videos will be a giveaway from GoCollect. So you definitely want to check out those videos. All right. So what I wanted to talk about today, there's actually 2 topics that I think I want to kind of get into. And I want to scroll down to the bottom here. H Factor, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Need a recommendation? I don't have a recommendation for someone to press and clean books other than CCS. I actually press and clean my own books. So I do not have a recommendation, but I'm pretty sure someone else in here will be able to help you. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully, if someone can help them out with a recommendation for a press or clean, try to post that up so we can help out another member of the comic book community. So, Tina, I'm telling you, there is actually. Yeah, there is at least one book in there that I think you're going to be interested in that I am very pleased with. I am grinning like an idiot right now because this was a really good box of comics. And so I'm definitely pumped about that. Johnny Future's like, I can't wait, man. I'm telling you, there is some good stuff in here. I was very pleased with what actually came through. So super honorable nephew. I am super honored with that super chat you just dropped, man. Thank you very much for that, brother. I definitely appreciate that. So Matthew's trying to make some guesses here. So this is a box of comics that I would have showed in a previous video that were sent off to CGC and have come back. So it would not be that because you guys would have seen that book. So unfortunately, it is not that one. So but stay tuned. All right. So let's talk a little bit about New Comic Book Day. Okay, so I have received a lot of recommendations of really cool comics to check out on New Comic Book Day, and I actually checked out a couple of them. And I'm curious if you bought new comics this last week, this last Wednesday, which comics did you buy, right? What was maybe the best comic that you read on New Comic Book Day that just passed? What was the best book that you read? And when I did the live stream, I think it was on Friday, there were a lot of comments from people about what book, was really, really good. So I'm just curious, if you read a book, if you picked up a book on Wednesday and you read it, what was your favorite book out of all those books that you checked out? So we have, I think this one right here was Chris Barrett is pointing out Tomb of Dracula. I think that was actually a facsimile cover. I actually saw that one at the comic shop myself. Black Star says Inbound Hunter. Dow House Family from Johnny Future. I actually picked up one of those books you recommended. Not that one, but the, what is it? Basket Full of Heads or something like that. I picked that one up. I have not read it. Herbzilla saying Far Sector #1. Rye is saying X-Men 2 and Fallen Angels. I read both of those. Richard is talking about Fallen Angels. Let me scroll up because that chat just got away from me. Scrolling down through the comments here, Black Star above 1, Far Sector. Okay, couple of people. What is this folklore? I've never heard of a lot of these books. Jeremy is talking about X-Men 2. Scrolling down, Black Panther, Agents of Wakanda. That's what's up. What is New Comic Book? Punisher Soviet, a couple of people. Punisher Soviet says Christopher. Yeah, I did not see. I went to a couple of comic shops. I didn't see a lot of these books, to be honest with you. So Fallen Angel says Better Than Expected, says Hawkeye. Very, very cool. So Basket Full of Heads. I got that book because of Johnny. Johnny recommended that I get Basket Full of Heads. It is sitting right over here. I have not yet read it, but I am going to read it. How about them Cowboys? Andrew, thank you for the super chat, brother. I definitely appreciate that. So here's the thing. I read a host of new comics this week. And I'm gonna tell you, there was some really, really good stuff out there. I said this before. If people are like, hey, new comics are not very good, I'm telling you, there are some new comics that are out that are really, really good. And so I read several books and I want to highlight a couple of these. My goal is not to give away what the book was about, but just to highlight that there are some books that are coming out that are pretty good, right? And if you haven't checked them out, you may want to check them out. So one of them, and I don't even know if I'll do these in order, right? This is one, Fallen Angels. I'm going to be honest with you. I was not excited about this particular book. I was not excited at all about it. I thought this cover was not that good. I mean, I like Cable, I like X-23, I like Psylocke, but I was uncertain about what was going to happen with this particular cover. Thank you for that, Dakota, for that super chat. I definitely appreciate that. I am actually not submitting anything to the CGC for the Todd McFarlane thing, but I know a lot of people are, so I think that's definitely cool. I think it's cool that CGC is actually doing it. Hopefully, people can take advantage. But Fallen Angels was one of those books that I was not looking forward to reading. I read it. I think it was there was a woman. I can't remember who it was. They asked me about it in a live stream, and I did not at the time. I had not read it, but I did, and it was really good. It was actually surprising how good it was. I then went out and made sure that I actually had 2 copies of it because I thought this issue was really good. I thought the art was pretty good. I thought the story and the dialogue was solid. This was a shocker for me. This was a shocker. And so I'm definitely appreciating this one. So what does it say? Regie, bro, Fallen Angels artwork is better than X-Men. They need to step their artwork. I would agree. I would agree with that. The Fallen Angels artwork was much better in my opinion. The story was solid. I enjoyed this one, and I went in with low expectations, to be honest with you, and I was pleasantly surprised at just how good that issue was. And so I actually picked up 2 copies of it this weekend to make sure that I had a really good copy. I was really impressed by Fallen Angels. So if you guys haven't checked it out, I definitely want to encourage you to check it out because it was honestly a really good read. So one of the other books that I checked out over New Comic Book Day, and I didn't hear, I think I heard like maybe one person talk about this one. It was X-Men. X-Men 2, again, this was one, it's like a continuation of some things that was started in House of X and Powers of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. Issue number 1 was okay. Issue number 2, I felt was better. There was more substance there. There was the Summers family kind of doing some things. There was, again, a continuation of some things that were started in House of X and Powers of 10 that I really enjoyed. And so the artwork is okay, right? The story, the dialogue, I enjoyed. There was a little bit of humor in this one. And again, this was, I think, a pleasant read, at least for me. So let me go back to the chat and see if I missed anything. Read those. What was that? Read those Savage something. Read those Savage Shores, Reg, classic horror vampires. I may have to check that out because I did read a vampire book. So I'll get to that in just a second. X-Men 2. Where'd it go? It just got away from me. X-Men 2. Hide your kids. Hide your kids before you let them read X-Men 2. It was honestly a good issue that I enjoyed. What is this? X-Men 2 was fun. I like seeing more of Kid Cable's, but that was the thing, that just the way that they opted to write this one was fun, right? There was the dialogue and the banter between the siblings, which I enjoyed. There was the dialogue between father and kids, which I thought was fun. There was an advancement of the story, again, from House of X and Powers of 10. It was just a really good issue to read, in my opinion, much better than issue 1. And again, I am really enjoying this one. I'm looking forward to seeing where X-Men goes because I think that it's actually really cool. Tina's like, vampires are fun. That's what's up. So I'm scrolling down to the comments here. So here's I'm gonna get to this next one because someone just asked a question about it. So I want to get to that one real quick because this was one, honestly, that I did not plan to read. I had no plans to read this one, but I am glad that I did. This was a shocker, right? This was Fallen Angels was a little bit of a surprise. This Morbius one was a shocker. It was actually really good as well. I enjoyed this one. Inbound Hunters, like, I picked it up, but I haven't read it. I'm not going to ruin it for you. I enjoyed this one. I thought this issue was well done. It was a great, I think, onboarding for people that don't really know who Morbius is, right? So it was a little bit of an onboarding, but it was also, even if you know who he is, it was still a fun issue to read. And so I think the artwork was okay, not spectacular, but okay. I've actually added this to my pull list because I'm looking forward to seeing where this one is going. And this is, I think, when I originally read some Morbius stuff and Amazing Spider-Man, I was not really impressed. I did not really enjoy it. It was good. It was like foundational background origin kind of stuff, but I didn't really enjoy it. This one I enjoy. And so if you haven't read this one, definitely check it out. What is this asking if I have, so Lawrence is asking a question here. I have basically every Spider-Man book between 1 and pretty much 441, with the exception of one comic. There is one comic that I am missing from basically volume 1 of Amazing Spider-Man. So yeah, I have 101. I have all of the books right now. So except for one, Morbius is trying to rock that luge cake. He needs some more chesticles. He needs more chesticles up there, Chris Bear, to pull off that deep V, you know? A couple of people talking about glitter and duct tape is talking about reading Undiscovered Country. I have not read that one. Again, you guys read a lot of really, like, I think things that are different from me, which I think is fantastic. You know, I think it is fantastic what you guys are digging into. So haven't read Morbius yet, says Thunder God. A couple of people talking about Vampire State building, which I think is really good. So scrolling down, what is this? You guys are hilarious. You guys are hilarious. All right, so let me go ahead and get rid of this Morbius thing. And then the very last book that I'll actually talk about that I actually picked up on New Comic Book Day. There are others, but this is the very last one that I'm actually going to talk about. It's this one right here. It is Vampire State Building. This one from Ablaze Studios is awesome. I am really, really enjoying this independent stuff right now, and just vampires, 30 days, 30 nights, that kind of thing. I read that recently because somebody put me up on that. Vampire State Building is another vampire thing that I'm absolutely enjoying. Great dialogue. The artwork is okay. And it's not the straight like Nosferatu kind of thing, vampire, Dracula kind of stuff. This is a little bit different from some of the other things that are out there. And this is one that I enjoyed. So Ablaze Studio is a relatively new publisher. I think they've only published, I want to say now 3 titles or something like that. This Vampire State Building, I do believe, was the very first one that they dropped, and I am absolutely enjoying it. So again, if you're into independence, if you're into vampires, if you're into horror, you may want to check this one out. It is really cool. So I was actually in a comic shop today and actually saw it on the shelf. Most of what I received in terms of issues 1 and issue 2, I had to order through my shops. I was actually in one shop today that actually had it on the shelf, which I thought was really cool. So shout out to Ablaze for doing their thing. So all right. So the last thing that I want to talk about before we actually get to this giveaway, well, maybe I'll save it. Maybe I'll save it to the end. Again, I'm kind of mixing up the format here just to kind of do things just a little bit different. So maybe we'll do the giveaway. And then I want to get into a little bit of a conversation around another topic. So hopefully you guys will bear with me here. What is this? You should read the most recent Avengers arc with. So I don't know if that was directed at me. But I was reading some of the Avengers. It was actually on my pull list, and I actually stopped maybe around issue 12 or 11 or something like that. I can't remember, but I stopped reading it. But maybe I'll have to check it out. Seth is saying it might be pretty good. So let me scroll down here. Just checking out House of X since I missed it. Bro, you gotta get on board. You are definitely behind because there's definitely some really, really cool stuff. So if you get a chance, continue reading it, man. House of X, Powers of 10, both are incredible. Lay a really good foundation for a lot of the stuff that we're seeing right now in the regular X-Men series and the Fallen Angels and the New Mutants. All the titles that are coming out right now are really kind of sort of tying back to House of X and Powers of 10. So check it out if you get a chance. All right. So if you guys, let's go ahead and do the giveaway, and then I'll get into another topic towards the end of the live stream. We'll kind of mix the format up. This is the book that we are giving away this week. It is X-Men number 95. It is a 9.0 with white pages. This is actually the death of Thunderbird and also the 3rd appearance of the X-Men. It is a pretty nice copy of X-Men number 95. We're giving that book away. So if you are the lucky winner, you will get that book, that slab. You will also get this exclusive variant from GoCollect, and you will also have your option of a GoCollect t-shirt. They only come in large and extra large. So you'll have to let me know what your preference is, or a stylus. And I have not had, well, I'll take it back. I think only one person has opted for the stylus. Most people take t-shirt, but you do have an option. So if you are the winner, if you are the lucky winner, make sure you send me an email to REGIECOLLECTS@gmail.com, giving me your government name, your screen name, your mailing address, and your preference for a t-shirt or the stylus. If you go with the t-shirt, let me know what size you need. I have a box set up. I am ready to drop this thing in the mail. So if you send that email tonight, you will actually get this book. All right. A couple of people. Aaron's like, I took the stylus. I think there were only like 1 or 2 people, bro, that honestly took the stylus. So glitter and duct tape is throwing some Irish love, as is Jason out there. So yeah, this will be cool. All right. So let me share my screen here with you guys, and I'll show you the list of individuals that actually were able to successfully enter this week's GoCollect giveaway. And again, a huge shout out to the folks over at GoCollect who have been taking care of me big time, technically taking care of all of us, right? By putting me in a position to give these books away, we've been able to give away a lot of really, really cool books out to you guys. So these are all the individuals that were, again, successful in finding the video in which I talked about that X-Men number 95. They were successful in finding the community tab and plugging in the phrase to actually get in the running. And I think the phrase this week was actually Thunderbird. So they actually plugged that in, and these are all of the individuals. So there you go. So let me stop sharing this screen, and I will share the other screen so I can do the dice roll, and then we will go ahead and randomize this thing, and we will give this book away. So we have rolled 6. We have rolled 6. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this screen up one more time so that I can actually randomize this list a total of 6 times. And then we will identify who our winner is. So that is 1. Scrolling down to the bottom here, there were 230 people that entered. That is 2. Scrolling down, that is 3. Here is 4. Here is 5. And the winner of the Go Collect giveaway for this week is Randy Resnake. Randy Resnake, you, sir, are the winner. She's... Oh man, Shadow Spawn. I think you guys have been in the running here a couple of times in this place. But Randy Resnake is the winner. Randy, please send me an email to regiecollects@gmail.com. Again, letting me know your real name, which I think is Randy, your screen name, your mailing address, and your preference for this shirt. I will get this stuff bundled up and sent out to you just as soon as I can. And as I mentioned, the box is already set up and ready to go. So there you go. And I will actually show you guys in a couple of moments the next book that is actually going to be given away this coming week. It is a 9.8. I will tell you that it is a 9.8 that we are actually going to be giving away this week. So you definitely don't want to miss it. You definitely don't want to miss that. So here's the question. I'm curious. Oh, let me do one other thing before I get to that. For those that may have missed one of my live streams or missed the video that I dropped on Friday, I think, I want to tell you about this code right here. The code is Regie 1219. This code will actually get you a 30-day free membership over at GoCollect. When I spoke to the folks over at GoCollect on Saturday morning, 70 people had already taken advantage of this promotional code to get 30 days free access to GoCollect. And so this is the code. You go, you register, you plug in a couple of pieces of information, and then you also plug in this code, Regie 1219, and you will actually get 30 days for free. You will get all the access to all of the features and functionality of GoCollect. And if you're curious what any of those features are, if you check out the video that I released earlier last week, you can actually see a demonstration, if you will, of some of those features. So really cool thing that these folks have made available to me. My hope is that when they show up on Monday and they run a report, there's like 200 people that have actually logged into this thing. So again, shout out to everyone that has actually taken advantage of this coupon thus far. And I definitely want to encourage other folks who haven't yet had an opportunity to actually check it out as well. All right. So one of the questions that I have for you is this weekend was a very, very big weekend. It was a very, very big weekend because this was the first weekend in which Disney Plus actually dropped. And I am curious well, a couple of things. I'm curious if you actually got Disney Plus. I'm curious if you signed up for the service. And then I am also curious, if you signed up for the service, what did you watch this weekend? Because if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I was posting pretty much all day on like Saturday and I think a little bit on Friday, the various things that I was watching. I'm curious what you all, if you got it, what did you watch? I am very curious to that. And then I'll actually tell you a little bit about what I watched. So here you go. What is that? Scroll Madness says, I got it. Saying The Mandalorian for life. Chris Bear is like, I've been binge watching it. Azar, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Says, yep, Disney Plus. Got the service. Couple of people. Omnibus guy says he picked it up. 1219 is Reggie's. No, it is not. It is not my bank code. No, it is not my bank code. Tom Garcia says, was a member already of GoCollect. Scrolling through, so scrolling back down, a couple of people saying Mandalorian. I saw the X-Men in there. A lot of people seem to be watching The Mandalorian. I did not watch one episode of The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian in the Spider-Man animated series, says my man Rye. What is this? I have it bundled with Disney, Hulu, and ESPN. Watch The Mandalorian. Jeff Goldblum in the 90s X-Men, says Aaron Finkelstein. I watch old school Sunday evening Disney stuff. That's what's up. That's what's up. Cobra Kai. Bro, you were watching Cobra Kai on YouTube. Now, come on now. I already know you, Johnny Future. John is saying Mandalorian, 90s X-Men. Dakota, I've been watching all the animated series and the Mandalorian. Very nice. Oh yeah, and the X-Men, says Azer. What is this? X-Men and the Simpsons were unwatchable all these years later. What is this? I need help. Mandalorian. All right, so I will tell you this. I'm gonna tell you what I watched. I watched the X-Men 90 series, the animated series. I watched several episodes of that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that TV show with Jubilee in the mall running from the Sentinels. That was some classic stuff right there that took me right back to my childhood. I thoroughly enjoyed that. But I'll tell you, the series that I probably enjoyed more than the X-Men, Siri just thinks I was talking to her. She just turned on. I guess seriously sounds like Siri. So the series that I enjoyed even better than the X-Men was the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer animated series from 1997 was incredible. I'm telling you, it had the Watcher, it had Drax the Destroyer, Thanos, Pip the Troll, Gamora. I enjoyed it. I think I've watched pretty much the entire first season of Silver Surfer. It was really fantastic. If you guys haven't seen it, try to check it out, because and I'll be honest, I did watch X-Men animated series first. And I can tell you, if you're looking at this screen here on the side here, on this side right there, as soon as I logged in, I went right to that third chevron, right? The Marvel chevron. I clicked on that and I was right into the X-Men animated series. That was the very first thing that I watched. And then I backtracked. Silver Surfer, I definitely enjoyed it. John's like, I'm gonna have to give it a try. I did not look for Spider-Man, which is very surprising. Very surprising. I did not look for Spider-Man, but I will. I will look for that next. I also watched Avengers Endgame because I technically had not officially seen Endgame. So I watched that and I enjoyed it. And then the other thing that I watched, which is, am I pointing the right way? There we go. That right there. I watched that. I watched Captain Marvel. You guys know I didn't watch it because it wasn't the controversy that prevented me from watching. It was the fact that I don't go to the movies, right? I watched it. Captain Marvel was actually a good movie. And I know that there was a lot of drama out there about this particular movie and this character and all that kind of stuff, and more about the actor, right? There was a lot of stuff about the actor. I don't care about any of that. It was a good movie. I was entertained when I watched this movie, even more so than like the Thor stuff, right? Because the Thor stuff was kind of rocky. Captain Marvel, I enjoyed it. I might even watch it again. And so again, if you haven't watched that, you may want to go ahead and check that out. I have not seen the Electric Company Spider-Man. I'm telling you, it was a good movie that I enjoyed. There was some humor in there. We found out how Nick Fury lost his eye, and I was always curious about that. I mean, it was honestly good. Chris Barrett is my kind of guy. He is my kind of guy. Well said, brother. Well said. You're awesome, man. Daniel's like, I loved Captain Marvel. It was honestly good. Yeah, I don't see. Here's the thing: is I don't know about overrated, and I only say that because I had no expectations. Right? I had no expectations. I went into this like, I have this membership for 3 years. I have not seen any of this stuff, so I'm going to watch it. I watched it and I was entertained. And at the end of the day, if I can be entertained, I am cool with that. So again, I am very pleased with the money that I spent for Disney Plus. I think, what is it? On the day that it launched, there were supposedly 10 million people that signed up. I have to believe a couple of those people were probably folks that are actually in this room right here that actually signed up for this stuff. There was a lot of controversy out there about people like dropping their memberships because they were dissatisfied with like the offerings that were actually available to them on Disney Plus. You know, I don't know about any of that stuff. I enjoyed it. I was thoroughly entertained for the time that I had to watch the various programs that are on there. I am looking forward to, as I watched one 12-minute program on the future expansion of the MCU. There was actually some things that I think were filmed at the San Diego Comic-Con where they actually talked about the different TV shows that are coming out from Marvel on Disney Plus. You know, the She-Hulk and the WandaVision and all that kind of stuff. There was actually a 12-minute video on Disney Plus that you can watch that will give you some insight into what's coming. So I'm excited about the quality of the content that is now there, and I'm looking forward to the content that is coming in the future. I don't know when this stuff is going to be released, but I'm definitely looking forward to like watching She-Hulk and all of those other TV programs out there. So I think that it was money well spent. So I enjoyed it. All right. So let me show you guys the next book that is going to be coming out. This is the next book that is going to be given away this week as part of the GoCollect sponsorship that they do of the Ready, Set, Go preview show. The book is this one right here. It is Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 7. This is a 9.8. This is the first appearance of the Champion. A really cool book. This is also a newsstand, which is really crazy that a 9.8 actually came back as a newsstand. But this is the book that we are actually going to be giving away, and they shall call him Champion is what they say. This is the book that you can actually win, and all you have to do is to stay tuned to the various videos that are coming out from the channel over the course of the week, and find the video in which I give you a phrase, and you head over to the community tab, you plug that in, and you can actually pick this book up. So a couple of people, High Voltage, is like, yes, I love that book. Glitter and Duct Tape. Whoa. So, I mean, we're trying to do some really, really cool stuff. And it's actually, I picked this book up, I'm going to be honest, because I actually want this book. I don't own this book in my collection, but the GoCollect thing puts me in a position where I can actually spend some money and pick up some cool stuff that I get to hold for a little while. So this is the book that is actually going to be given away. I'm actually going to head over to GoCollect right now. We're going to take a look at the FMV associated with this book and see what we're talking about here. So I'm actually going to share my screen with you, going up here, and we're going to type in, what is this? Marvel 2-in-1 7. Let's see if that actually pulls it up. There we go. Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 7. We're going to go ahead and click on that. You can actually see here that this is the book that we're talking about. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, let me make this bigger so you can actually see it. So you can actually see that now. Good. All right. So the 9.8 is basically has an FMV of $190. The last sale was actually in September. So the books that I actually picked up, or I'm sorry, the book that I actually picked up is not reflected here just yet, but you can see that the FMV is about $190. When we expand this thing, you can actually see some of the sales data. $130, $140, $119, $192, $247. Wow, that's a big number. $214. These are some of the sales that are actually there. So has an FMV of $190. You have a major fall off, right? As you go from a 9.6 to 9.4, that's a major decline right there, which is crazy. So anyway, that is the GoCollect book for this week. And again, the way that you win this book is all you have to do is to stay tuned to the videos that come out from the channel Monday through Friday at 3:30. In one of those videos, there is a clip where I actually talk about this book. I give you a phrase. You head over to the community tab. You actually plug in that phrase that I give you in the video, and then you're in the running. And then you tune into this show on Sunday night at 7:30 to find out if you're actually going to win. And so as soon as this video drops up, I'm actually going to put that post up on the community tab. So it will be there tonight for you to use when the video drops sometime between Monday and Friday. All right. So there you go. Let me scroll through the comments here to see if you guys are talking about some stuff. Tom Garcia is guessing at the phrase for this week. He's saying the phrase is Rocky. That actually would be a fitting title, or Everlast, right? Because I mean, he's wearing Everlast trunks, right? So you could go with Rocky or Everlast. I mean, either one could potentially work. Thing versus the Champion, and he now has the power gem, says Victor. All right. So let me scroll. Let me make sure. Phrase is Rocky, it's clobbering time, Grim. Well done. All right. So with that, let me run through the videos one more time. So these are the videos that are coming out from the channel this week. And I want to give you guys, again, a little bit of a preview for those folks that came in a little bit later, because I did this a little bit earlier than I normally do. So there's 5 videos that are coming out this week. One of them is a market research project that I'm actually undertaking that I think is going to be really cool. And I want you all to kind of help with it. And I'm doing a haul from IG Comic Store. I picked up a couple of things from them recently, so I'm going to run through that. If you saw my Silver Age shipment off to CGC, I think it was a couple of weeks ago that I dropped that video in which I showed you a bunch of books, Silver Age books that were being sent in to CGC. Those books are back, and I'm actually going to unbox those books in this video, and you do not want to miss it. It is actually probably the best box of comics that I've received back from CGC. And that doesn't mean that they're all like super high grade. It means that it is the best box of comics that I've ever received from CGC. I'm going to do an episode of the Random Run. I'm bringing that series back, at least for this one video. We'll see how you all respond to it. If you respond positively, maybe it'll come back on a regular. If not, this will be the last time you ever see it. And then I'm also going to do a quick hunting video. So it's not a full hunting video. It's an abbreviated hunting video, but I think it's also going to be a fun one. So there you go. And then one last thing before I wrap this thing up, if you are interested in taking advantage of this coupon code from GoCollect, these guys are giving us an opportunity to get a 30-day free membership by using this code Regie1219. You go to the site, you click the register button up at the very top in the black banner. I think it's a black banner up there. You plug in a couple of pieces of information about yourself. You select the username, a password, and then you plug in this code Regie1219. You can get 30 days free access to the GoCollect platform to check out all the features and functionality. As of Sunday morning at like 5 in the morning, 70 people had actually taken advantage of this thing. So if you haven't yet, I definitely want to encourage you to take advantage of it, because it's a pretty cool opportunity to get something free, to get something that you probably need, right? Free pricing guide. It's kind of hard to say no to that. So thank you, Matt. I definitely appreciate that, brother. Hunting video can be as long as you make it. You're the one doing. That's true. That's true. Well said, bro. Well said. I'll tell you, I filmed a hunting video earlier today that I think is going to be cool. It's going to be cool. I actually have a Silver Age book sitting right there. It's right off camera. It's literally, you can see the corner of it right there. It is a really cool book that I picked up earlier today that I'm not going to show you. So you definitely want to stay tuned for future videos because I'll be showing you exactly what that book is. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me this Sunday night. I hope that you enjoyed the show. And if you did, I definitely want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do that so that you can stay abreast of all the content that I release on a weekly basis. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so at RegieCollect on Instagram and RegieCollects@gmail.com. Take care.